up, Bunny Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Oshi chapter 75. So before I get into this recap and live reaction, let me just remind you to hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, and I'm just on a non-stop high-speed struggle train heading into chaos, and getting faster by the second. We're talking panic attack, migraine, and just in half the speed levels of struggle up in y'all. Seriously, I'm struggling to keep the roof over my head. It is that bad. But if you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking, feel free to hit up my Cash App and PayPal. Those links are in the description box below. So, well, Nerdigans, we are going back to where it all began this week. This is going to be very, very interesting. Right, Key? Right, my little gangsta keys? Anyways, let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us this week. And so they come to the place where Aqua died in his past life. The hospital where you, the hospital where you siblings were born. Do your grandparents live around here? Something like returning to your old home for the delivery? You mostly got it. And this chapter is titled Mother and Mother. So, you planned the filming trip to coincide with your homecoming? No, it's a complete coincidence. Mem doesn't know this is our hometown. Wow, that's extraordinary. This doesn't happen every day. I was surprised too. Then I'm sure you want to have a look around. Yeah, but only places within walking distance. It's inconvenient not to have a car in times like this. Oh yeah, Aqua, do you have a moped license? Yeah, why? Just now your agency staff told me. Oh, no! You gotta bring up my PTSD. Because when I was on one of them scooters, what was it, like almost 3 years ago. Yeah, it was right before Crunchyroll Expo 2019. So like it was a month before. Yeah, it was a month before Brian died. So yeah, we were scooting in Oakland, and yeah, we did something stupid. We had the smart idea of me and him on one scooter. Yeah, don't do that. Because I fractured my wrist and I fractured my arm, like right up here. It was not fun. And then I had to move twice while wearing a cast. Yeah. Yeah, that was really, really not fun. I do not wish that upon anybody. Yeah, this is kind of triggering my PTSD a little bit. Manga gods, why are you doing this to me today? I gotta... Oh god, this is really not a good start to my morning. I got a bad feeling about today. Damn it. Good to know that they've embraced new technology out in the boonies. I know, right? You can really sense the advancement of civilization from the likes of convenience stores, too. Yeah. My mom and my stepdad live out in the boonies. You can see it out there too, especially from when they moved out there back in 2008, or shit, even before they moved out there, when they were building the house on on my stepdad's land. Like when my stepdad took my mom to see the property, I remember there was like nothing there. There was not even a Starbucks or a Trader Joe's, and my mom flat out said, this is when my mom and I had coffee addiction at the time. My mom said flat out, she's like, I'm not moving out here unless there's a Trader Joe's and a Starbucks. And by the time they did, then there were shopping centers, there was Trader Joe's, there was Starbucks, everything. And now it's even more developed. It's insane how much things have changed. God, it really is. Anyways, what business do you have at the hospital? There's something I want to check up on. I should be done in a jiffy. I believe a doctor by the name of Amiyagoro used to work here. It's been 15 years. The hospital staff have all but changed, and unfortunately I didn't see any of the colleagues I was close to. But just as I thought, Amiya-san suddenly went MIA. The hospital took it as a resignation. Ooh. What did you need to find out? I have an acquaintance who works here. Here's where they were. Hey, are you a doctor in charge of Hoshino Ai? Yeah, that's his PTSD is triggering now. Where are you going? There's something I'm searching for. Wait for me outside. No, I'm coming along. Bitch, he wants to be alone. Go away. You were quite the wild one as a kid. Even if you say you like to play around in the wilderness, this kind of overgrown trail is a bit much. It should be around here. Ooh, Akane, suppose I had a pet that I've lost 15 years ago. Do you think I can find its corpse now? If it was buried, we could probably find its skeletal remains. But if it wasn't, it would be difficult as it would probably be scattered around by the wild animals which had eaten it. Thought so. Aqua came all the way out here to look for his old pet dog? How cute. Oh, Aqua came all the way out here to look for his old pet dog. How cute. You know what? I just realized this. Seno, you are such a smart cat. My therapy cat is smart. I think he knew that I was going to be feeling some PTSD this morning. God, cat, you are smart. If the body was buried, there's nothing more I can do. There's no reason for me to keep searching for it. And it won't do me any good to, exhume a dead man's grave either. There's one more place I want to visit. What about looking at that? What about that shrine, though? That shrine. Why not investigate that shrine? I'm sorry for dragging you along to all these places. It's fine. I'm the one who decided to follow you around to where you want to go. I'm here because I want to. This should be the last stop. What is this place? It's the house of someone I know. That said, it's empty now because all its inhabitants have passed. It's his old house. He must have been someone important to you for you to walk all the way here. There it is. Amamiya. What kind of person was he? Amamiya Goro. To him, he never had a mother. Postpartum hemorrhage. She hid her pregnancy from her parents and delivered her kid on her own in her home, but there was too much bleeding. By the time the ambulance arrived, she had already... And so without knowing the whereabouts of the father, he was sent to live with his grandparents. Interesting. What an interesting coincidence, isn't it? That he was when he was reincarnated as Ai's kid. It's kind of a similar situation, but it's also different. He had a mom. He actually had a mom for a minute, and then, of course, his mom was taken away, but just in a different way. Fate is just fucking cruel. God, you work in mysterious ways, I swear. It was awkward for the most part. He wasn't on bad terms with his grandmother, but he didn't get along with his grandfather. Of course. In the end, he couldn't let go. In the end, he couldn't let go of the guilt of having his mother lose her life to give birth to him. When he decided to enter medical school, you want to become a gynecologist? I see. Oh my god, you want to become a Damn it, Kat, you're distracting me. You want to become a gynecologist, I see. Because of what happened to your mother. I always knew you were a good child. Aww. In fact, he wanted to become a surgeon. He thought doctors were cool from the novels he read and dreamt to become one himself. And so he became a person who lived not for himself but for others. I wonder if the gods did this. How did Aqua reincarnate this way? So that he could live for himself. Very curious. Even after becoming a doctor, he was powerless. Why did it turn out like this? Why didn't Serena's parents come when she was possibly on the brink of death? Both of them work downtown, so for them to be able to come immediately is a little tough. How could they call themselves parents? A mother should. That's just your fantasy. Parents like that exist more than you would imagine. That's really sad. Like when I was in the hospital, my parents came running. Serena-chan shows much affection towards you. Serena-chan shows Serena-chan shows much affection towards you. Please be by her side during her final moments. Again, God, wonder why they were reincarnated together like this. Because they both have crappy upbringings. And really, they only had each other. Let's be real. Well, in her case, she only had him. And they only both had I. Sensei, here, have this. Back when I was well, just once I managed to catch a Bikomachi concert. I got this from a gashapon machine there. And the keychain says, I is my star forever and ever. Please take good care of it as if it were me. Understood, I'll always cherish it. Always. Sensei, I love you. Oh, if ever I were to be reborn, I'm sure the gods must be so kind. Two people who never had a mother in the true sense of the word, and a mother who had given birth to soulless children, they guided them to her. Perhaps there's a deeper meaning to that. A mysterious child in the city of myths. Hold up. Let's look at this god up in here. Because this is the god. This has to be the god. Two people who never had a mother in the true sense of the word, and a mother who had given birth to soulless children. They've guided them to her. Perhaps there's a deeper meaning to that. What does he mean by I having soulless children? Wait, wait a minute. Weren't I's babies not the twins weren't gonna The twins were not gonna live. That's right. Wait a second. No, the twins were fine. You know what, though? It's very interesting. There's a commonality between Aqua, and Ruby. Or Sarina and Goro and I. They all three didn't have good parents. With I's mother going to jail, and she had to go to an orphanage. Obviously, we just found out from Aqua with Goro and his family, and then with Sarina and her family situation. So it's very, very interesting. There's this commonality going on here. But then there's this god who is saying two people who never, well, technically it's three people, if you think about it. Two people who never had a mother in the true sense of the word. Well, it's three people if you think with Hoshino, with I. And a mother who had given birth to soulless children. What do you think she meant by that? Or what do you think this god means by that, by soulless children? What do you think he means? They've guided them to her. Perhaps there's a deeper meaning to that. Do you think it has something to do with why I gave birth to, why she had the kids? Because she wanted to have a family? Because I think the kids were, when she gave birth, I think they were healthy, if I remember correctly. They were going to be born healthy, unless they were going to be stillborn or something, but or they were going to be soulless. think I'm just trying to think what it could be. Yeah, it doesn't say. I just checked chapter 1. So I'm thinking too literal. But I wonder if what the god's talking about in terms of the soullessness refers to like the twinkle in her eyes. I wonder if that's what it might have to deal with. And something that I was talking about in the first chapter in regards to lies. Where was it? She said a lie is an exceptional form of love. It says here, idols are ideals, creatures that shine with a magic called lies. A lie is an exceptional form of love. Telling lie after lie, no matter how tough life may get. On the stage, we sing like the happiest of people. That's what it means to be an idol. But still, I want my happiness to be something that is true. No one really realizes it, but we have emotions in a life too. Being happy as a mother or being happy as an idol, normally you only get to pick one, but I want both. Hoshino Aya is very greedy. I wonder if that's what the god is talking about in terms of solace. Or is there something more to it that we're missing? I wonder if there's more to this mystery that we realize. Because we don't know what was going on with Ai prior to her coming to the hospital. And remember what I was saying a while back, something I've been saying for weeks that I want to see, what I wanted Aqua to do, is to figure out everything that was going on with Ai leading up to her coming to the hospital. And what this god is saying, it really makes it even more mysterious, right? Especially when she's saying lie after lie, that even love is a lie. That to have love be a lie as well. That's gotta be what he's referring to, right? And the kids that, obviously Aqua and Ruby were those kids that prevented her from being soulless, right? Otherwise, the children she was going to have were that. But there's also that possibility, because they were going to have to, that they were performing a cesarean section, a C-section, that but I was like, Ai's manager was like, that they weren't going to do that. So there was that possibility the babies could have been stillborn to boot. And that's another reason why they're talking about soulless as well. So I'm very curious what you guys think in regards to the babies being soulless. Based on what we're seeing here, I kind of feel like the babies being soulless could probably mean it's got to have something to do with Ai's past. It has to. It has to. Because what we've seen in life is that, this is a pattern, is when you're raised in an abusive household, life ain't pretty. And sometimes what children from those households do is they sometimes will project it onto their kids. And you gotta wonder if that might be what the god was talking about. I'm very curious what you guys think. But do you guys think that it's an interesting coincidence that you have that all three of them came from, well, never had mothers, that cared about them, true mothers that cared about them. And they all came together like this. But the sad, sad truth is they all had their mother, well, in the case of Aqua and Ruby, they still had their mother taken away from them. Such a sad twist of fate this is it not? But man, it really looks like we're going to keep going into that investigation. Hopefully we're going to, well, obviously Dad is still alive, but obviously the other thing is for that's a commonality here is all three of them were, this is the other commonality, is all three of them were pretty selfless too. And having a family with all three of them, because that was their desire, all three of them wanted this, was to be a little selfish. And that's what the god granted them to an extent, by having, for Ruby and, or for them to be reincarnated as Ruby and Aqua, was to give them a little selfishness and a chance at to be selfish. Because in the case of Gordo and Serena, they were both so selfless, and this was kind of a reward for them. But you know, as the saying goes, be careful what you wish for. I'm really curious what you guys think of this chapter. This chapter is very interesting, is it not? Especially with this god here. And remember that little altar that they passed? That has to be that god's altar. Definitely. Very curious what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive and kicking so I can keep bringing you more Oshinoko content, a few ways you can do that. Donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend me on PlayStation Network, that's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.